The Pegg Project. 40 ancient mysteries solved. Time travel encounters confirmed. New research and findings may be distressing to some people, especially those with religious faith. New knowledge challenges traditional narratives, worldviews, and personal contemporary beliefs. Investigated myths, legends, ancient texts, and religious writings reveal documented evidence of time travel encounters. Time travel back to the past. We have the evidence. A traveller took back an early model computer and encyclopedic CD-ROMs and showed their contents to various key historically significant individuals. Their encounters are reported in many historical documents. For example, Egyptian glyphs depict computer technology, and before plastic was invented, the two clear CD cases were pictured, one in hand and the other against the lid. Documented encounters appear in a multitude of places, including religious texts and predictive texts such as the Bible and the works of Nostradamus. During this visit back to ancient Egypt, from this CD-ROM, the following information was given to them. These specific astronomical details are known by the Dogon tribe of Mali, who were descendants from Egypt and took the information with them. Their traditional stories report that Jupiter has 4 major moons, Saturn has rings, the planets orbit the Sun, and they knew of the invisible star Sirius B. The Dogon tribe knowledge mystery has been solved. Not aliens, but human time travel. In this series, we will take you through key examples of evidence, with the impact it had on our timeline becoming obvious, as the proof is hidden in plain sight throughout history. The computer system taken back is described in the Papyri of Ani. Finding this began when it was realised that these scholars do not agree on the traditional translation, and when copying was compared, these glyphs were wrong, and when they were checked, many of the glyphs did not have known or agreed upon translations. So, examining the first 3 columns, the shape of a compact disc was evident. This one indicates 3 discs, which are noted as the Star Scroll, the Ra disc, and the Eastern Foreign Desert from the Edge of Green, referring to the Iraqi desert shown from this green CD-ROM. These glyphs say the disc, its protruding ledge is rectangular with a saddle for the disc in the side of the base box. The mouse and cable is described as a hand snake, being a thin writing tool staff with a head, like a basket, with a snake-shaped tail. The writing tool is this, and its head looks like a scarab beetle with the legs tucked in, with both having a rolling ball. The mystery of the mistranslated glyphs has been solved. Our report reveals that the surface story describes images from the CD-ROMs and explains that these 91 glyphs describe computer parts. These CD-ROMs and certain pictures and themes became part of various Egyptian mythologies. From this disc, the god Nut was the sky, Nun the waters, and from the menu page, the earth, the falcon, the lion, the cow, and the woman with the headdress were all perceived as gods. Parts of this picture are represented on the papyrus, the man on the bed, and the 2 end images. Their mortuary god directly reflects the burial customs theme. He is depicted as a mummiform man with a blue skullcap headdress. A lion goddess, based upon the lion image, is associated with the mummiform man because they are on the same screen together. The items depicted under the bed directly relate to the same images seen when this icon is selected. The mystery of Egyptian mythology has been solved. This disc's opening logo is an animated eye. The Eye of Horus mystery has been solved. These pictures relate to a certain story. Travelling by boat at dawn from the world of the Egyptians to the underworld, where its lord was a mummy watching you journey to the video section, with each of these 7 gates opening to a different video. The Egyptian sunboat mystery has been solved. This is the Start Voyage screen. Clicking on the flames of the windrows takes you to the menu page. These 6 doorways open to 6 sections. On each page, at the top left, is this icon that returns you to the start screen. When this is done repeatedly, as you visit each section, looking like a grey heron, when this bird flies into the fire, it appears to be repeatedly reborn. The Phoenix, Grey Heron, Bennu bird mysteries have been solved. Our commentary report explains these findings and reveals over 40 other images from the CD-ROMs that relate to gods and religious themes. These CD-ROMs were called the Heraclean Stones and contributed to Plato's Atlantis legend. These 2 animations from this CD-ROM are described by Plato. These pictures from this CD-ROM are included in Plato's Atlantis stories. Briefly, he states that within the Straits of Gibraltar there is a sea, and in front of them there was an island. Looking at the Atlantis map, north is pointing down. Correcting this identifies which island is being referenced. The mystery of Atlantis Island has been solved. On the map, the 6 rivers divide the island into 6 sections, which relate to the 6 sections of the CD-ROM. Behind these 2 icons are a hillock and a mountain, depicted on the map as a hillock and a mountain. Clicking on the icon next to the island takes us to this city, which is described as the whole country was very lofty and precipitous on the side of the sea. Next to the city was a level plain, which had mountains descending towards the sea. The plain was rectangular and oblong, with straight canals cutting through it, with a ditch leading to the sea. There were guard houses at intervals with guards. To reach this city, we started with the sea screen, then made our way to it. Literally, on screen, the city is beneath the sea. The city beneath the sea mystery has been solved. From the menu page, selecting the lion icon takes you to the city. Plato mentions twin male children, which refer to these twin icons. At the top right are another set of twins. The first is the Atlas icon. Clicking it brings us to a map with 5 rings, alternate zones equal distance from the centre, each having its circumference encircling one another as if turned on a lathe. 2 are touching land, with 3 touching water. The Atlantis city with 5 harbour rings mystery has been solved. Our commentary report explains these findings and reveals that from 76 paragraphs of Plato's dialogues, over 160 descriptions match to CD-ROM imagery. These CD-ROMs were called the Tablets of Destinies, with the story of theft and fighting over them by the warring gods being related to this CD-ROM's war video. Certain pictures and themes became part of the various Akkadian and Sumerian stories. From this CD-ROM, it starts with void and darkness. The god Aspu was the fresh waters. Next came Tiamat, the salt waters, Anu the sky, then Kishar the earth. Marduk was the windrose, and Kingu the question mark, with these 11 icons from the help section being the 11 monsters. Then comes the city and temple with the plains and mountains. The mysteries of Akkadian and Sumerian mythologies have been solved. Sitchin, in his book, claims that Sumerian gods were aliens from the planet Nibiru, but let's see what the original scribe describes. This disc's opening logo is an animated eye. Next comes the black screen, which changes to this, on which is the glowing reddish hue of the words, with a planet behind them. The planet Nibiru mystery has been solved, and it does not involve aliens. Our commentary report explains these findings and reveals over 30 more Akkadian and 40 Sumerian descriptions that match to CD-ROM images. These pictures from this CD-ROM are described by Ezekiel. He reports that after passing over the windrows, inducing fiery red words and clicking, from it came 4 creatures. They are described as the face of a man, a lion facing to the right, an ox facing to the left, and an eagle. Ezekiel's 4-beast mystery has been solved. As he continued looking at the creatures, he clicked on the lion and then on the atlas, bringing up a map, on which he notes that all 5 rings are the same colour blue, with the solid one touching the land, while the other 4 were the same, being dotted lines, and they all looked like a wheel within the middle of a wheel. Ezekiel's wheels mystery has been solved. But author Wayne Herschel, in his 2003 paper about flying wheels, claimed that Ezekiel's narration is related to aliens. As we have seen, it is not, as it is due to time travel and images from this CD-ROM. When this disc first runs, over this sky sea picture, these 5 faces animate. Ezekiel reports this as the deities brought me into the land. Clicking on the lion set him on a very high mountain with the city to the south, where he saw a man wearing a brass vest who stood in the gatehouse. In his hands, from a distance, his spear and shield looked like measuring tools. Clicking on the temple gate took him to its courtyard, and after clicking on the temple heading, he saw a hole in the wall. Before we continue, the original Hebrew meaning for cubits needs to be clarified. Cubit means a unit of measurement. When its etymology is checked, the actual unit is revealed. Hebrew is a vocal language, so prolonging the sound derives mm. Thus the word cubit, sounded as mm, refers to an mm. Thus a cubit equals a millimetre. Replacing cubits with millimetres, the task can begin. Using a metric ruler on the screen, 5, 70, 5 and 90 exactly match. In these 3 chapters from many other pictures, Ezekiel continues to report more measurements. The measuring the temple mystery has been solved. Our commentary report explains these findings, and from 166 verses, over 400 descriptions match to CD-ROM images. These 2 CD-ROMs in past times were known as tablets, tablets of testimony, seer stones, and wheels, and were named Destiny and Fate, Urim and Thummim, and the Wheel of Destiny of Nations and the Wheel of Time, with Nostradamus drawing pictures of them, and the Queen of France calling them magic circles. Egyptians depicted them on a table as knowledge discs to be consumed. Their backside, by Smith, are called 2 silver stones that are fastened to a breastplate, which bows and bends open, revealing these stones fastened to their breastplates. Their opening sequence of screen images have been turned into religious stories. Both start with a blank screen and have extensive sections on war and conflicts. The Mesopotamian stories of deities fighting over these 2 CD-ROMs are based upon these pictures.